Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of 2TallPodcast with DNQ. Happy Pride. I am your host, the handsome, most tallest in the game. Quote me on that. Derek J. Hall, 2Tall Hall. I'm here with the most shortest and handsome and stylish and the fabulous. I only did that for you. I won't ever do it again. Don't think I will. Quentin. And I am so happy to have to be here with someone who is fucking hilarious, and I'm so honored. And we got to come back again. Marlin, the host of the Don't Get Me Started podcast. How are you doing?
I am fantastically well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I want to thank you real quick before we started because I got a lot of inboxes because of your episode.
Oh, really?
A lot of people want to get fisted. They want to get pissed on. I'm like, oh my God. Man.
That was technically your fault. You know, I set it up. You spiked it. That was all on you. I didn't,
You bring out the crazy in him.
I love that. That's great.
But thank you for being with us too, for real.
No problem.
Thank you
for
coming back
again. I love it.
I love you here too. Really do. First off, happy Pride. This is our first episode. Last week, I personally... What was that?
Happy Pride.
Oh, yeah, this is our first episode during Pride. Last week, I didn't feel like filming. Let's just say first day of Pride kind of got to me, and Quentin knows. But we are here. Oh, Marlin like, ooh, this bitch. We are here. How have everybody's been joining the festivities? How have, Quentin, I'm going to start with you. How have you celebrated Pride so far?
Well, so far, I mean, I celebrate Pride every day when I walk out of the house. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just up here fly doing what I do, But, no, seriously, though, on the first part of Pride or whatever, I went to Queen's Pride, which, of course, we ran into each other there and everything. But that's been the main thing I've done so far. More to come.
Yeah, more to come. Same. I was with a friend, and we ran into. Shut up. We ran into Q out in Queens, Jackson Heights, and man, I'm telling you, the beautiful. If anybody ever doubt that I'm gay, the man out there looked so beautiful. It was Spanish Central. Whoa, the men looked so good. I didn't know if I was about to make a joke. Let me not make that joke. But it was really, I was about to make an ISIS joke. I don't know why. Yeah, I stopped. No. I stopped. Relax.
Oh, God.
Stop. Edit it out. Yeah, don't worry. But no, I had a good time. And I'm looking forward to more. I went to Stonewall. I really thought that place was all, older white men and stuff. But when I went, it was a whole vibe. It was a mixture of millennials and stuff and blacks. And, it was good to be there. We'll be going there tomorrow. So, yeah, it was good. Marlin, what about you?
I've been working because I'm grown and I don't have time just yet. So, yeah, Pride won't see me until the end of the month. And then I'll be out enjoying the festivities. But for right now, I'm slaving and working for the man until my time. Unapologetically gay at all times. It don't matter. Spreading rainbows, sprinkling glitter all over people all the time. But as far as festivities, I have not partaken just yet. Not yet.
We're not mad at a black man with a job. Do your thing, black man.
I mean, gotta do what I gotta do.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
That's right. I'm mad I'm gonna miss Folsom Sunday, but it's okay.
You're gonna miss who?
Folsom Street East.
Yeah.
You're unfamiliar. That's very funny. You should probably check it out, Mr. Nasty.
It's like the leather scene and everything. I'll fill you out. I mean, I'll fill you in.
Yeah. Out in, whatever.
Listen, I wasn't gonna say anything, but last time I checked, I ain't pulling rank, but my name is first before Quentin, so I'm gonna just say it.
That's fine.
Homeboy, he's feeling kind of good, because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Somebody moved out, so he's moving in, and I'm not mad at him. Do your thing.
I'm having a little cocktail tonight, so I'm feeling a little loosey-goosey.
Tune in Friday to tell you, how much he feels on me. So That's our quick chat with DNQ, and nothing quick about me. Wait,
Wow.
no.
See,
Well,
I always
let's
ask
start the
that.
show. So tonight, we're going to talk about, can you find a non-hookup experience on Jack? I love Jack. Jack was one of my favorite apps before Grindr. I used to go on there, find some potential people, still finding potential people, and building connections. But, you know, I want to discuss, can these apps, we don't just have to talk about Jack. Well, I think Jack is the main one because Grindr really is a hookup app, but debatable. But let's talk about Jack. Can you find non-hookup experiences on Jack? Marlin, I'm going to start with you.
I don't know why.
You're the guest.
I haven't been on Jacked. I had a very limited time on Jacked. Probably a couple of months at best. Can you find non-hookup experiences on Jacked? Absolutely. At the time I did, I met one of my very dearest friends on Jacked. When I was on there back in 2014.
Damn. I mean,
yeah.
Not a damn.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely possible. Anything is possible on the apps. It's all about how you set your intentions to navigate them. You know, a lot of people will push back on that, just because their intentions are what they are with the app, and they haven't attempted to make these non-sexual connections on there. But it's very possible.
Quentin?
I will say, first of all, I want to say all of these apps, all these dating apps have become hookup apps. Even when I talk to straight people and they talk about Bumble and Tinder and all that, they're like, yeah, everything is a hookup app. But with that being said, yeah, I believe you can meet people and it not end up sexual. I mean, first of all, when you go into it, that's kind of how it starts. I mean, we know how these conversations go at the beginning. What are you into? Blah, 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 blah.
We're going to talk about gay language in a minute, but go ahead.
So, I mean, it starts out on that level or whatever, but at the same time, sometimes you might meet somebody on there and you may not be sexually compatible in that way, but at the same time, you like their personality or they like yours. And then y'all just kind of like, hey, maybe we can hang out sometime. And you do, and then you can become friends or whatever. So I do think it's possible that you can meet people and it not just be that.
I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and say, yeah, I agree. I believe Grindr is fully a sex app. Jack is what you make it. I remember coming on, I was on my relationship phase, where I wrote the profile, which nobody reads. I put in good details. I'm this and that, thinking, oh man, I'm gonna find Mr. Charming. Yo, nigga, you tall as fuck. How big that dick? Oh, but what about my page? Don't you want to read my page and get to know me? Nah, I'm just trying to fucking, fuck you. Can you unlock your pictures? But it's possible to find people who want to have a non-hookup experience, but it's tricky. For me, let's talk about the language. I don't like, and it's not just on Jack. I don't know if this ever happens in person, but if Jack was a person, out of the bat, it's like, yo, what's good? Hey, what's up? What's good? What you into? What's your name? Send a pic. No. Your name. Tell me your name. Let's not skip over. A lot of people lose interest in me because I like to be respectful. The same energy I'm giving you in person, I'm going to give you online. I don't like to I'm all straightforward. Y'all both know I'm very straightforward. Marlin knows shit. I hunted him down to try to get him on the show. It works. You got a good working relationship now. But, I do, when it comes to communication, I do like a little respect, and I'm not mad with somebody who wants to go straight forward to the sex and unlock, but let's dive in and have a conversation. Do you think that's something that is dying in our community? Like right now, this is Pride Month. there's a lot of people who's gonna hit the apps, even though in person is good too. But there's a lot of visitors coming to this city. You got some from Atlanta, you got some from San Francisco, a lot from DC, especially that dude from yesterday. No, I didn't say anything.
Focus.
So you got a lot of. Don't get jealous, Q. You got a lot of people hitting the apps. Now you already know what they want. Because then, if anybody, and I'm fake for saying this, because I'm literally trying to do this out in Houston. If any visitor is trying to really vibe with you and get to know you, they're lying. I think that they should be able to vibe with you at the time. But do you think they need to do all the chit chatting or just get straight to it if they're getting off the app? Marlin.
I think that it really depends upon the person, as you've expressed explicitly so far, that your preference is that you like the back and forth a little bit, like you like to go
only when I'm not, like, for example, I'm going to Houston and Chicago. I ain't trying to do no talking. I break my rule.
I mean, well, if that's the case, then that just proves my point even more. It depends on what it is you're looking for, what you're trying to get into, as I use the phrase. And that's really that. I mean, it's up to whoever is out there on the prowl and what you're on the prowl for. Like, some people like it, some people don't. And more often than not, again, I keep saying intention because that's really what it is. Like, if your intention is to go out here and get you some dick and ass, then you really don't need a lot of the casualties.
I don't know. Q, I'm gonna let you go, but I just like I keep saying, I'm coming to Chicago and Houston. I like to vibe first. Like, I'm vibing with these people off Facebook datings and stuff. Before when I come out there, I'll be ready to not fuck, but to meet them, and the vibe will already be established. I can't. I suck at a hookup. I think I told you on your hit show, Marlin. I gave him that. That was nice. Oh, it was a delay. I was like, "He gonna say something?"
No, I heard you.
I'm playing. I like to really vibe and have a connection. But at the same time, if it's a hookup, people really ain't trying to feel like that. Quentin, if you was on, are you on Jack?
I am on there. I don't necessarily.
But you told me you was off.
Is that what I said? No, I'm playing. I don't really frequent it like I used to back in the day. I don't know. I go through phases, I guess. But I mean, I do have a profile on there, of course. Yeah, I'm on there.
Do you try to take your time and like fill the person out, or like what would be your intentions and how would you go about it? How would you go about it? Excuse me.
So I'm gonna kind of agree with what Marlon said. Like, if I'm really let's say I'm just in a horny mood and I'm trying to fuck, I'm probably gonna, I said that. Then I might just
pause 1 sec. I want our audience, excuse me, to notice how Quentin has just blossomed. He's coming out the comfort zone, not to throw in these, he was scared to be my co-host, but he is just developed and blossomed like a newborn white bottom who tried dick for the first time, and he's like, "Oh man, this is pretty good."
What are we saying here? Where are we going? Come back.
Go ahead.
This description is
I'm
crazy.
Gonna say butterfly. Okay.
This is not
a butterfly.
Go
anyway,
ahead.
No, but I mean, if I'm looking for that specific, like Marlon was saying, I think it's about intention. If you're looking to get a hookup, or if I'm looking for a hookup or something like that, then that's going to be what I'm on, and that's going to be the energy I'm on. That's going to be the kind of conversation that's going to be coming. It's kind of like leading up to that. And then if it's to look for something further than that, actually, to be honest with you, on these apps, going into it initially, I wouldn't think that it would go further.
Really?
Off rip. Like, the potential is always there. The potential is there when you meet somebody in person. The potential is always there for it to go further. But initially, I would go into it thinking that the other person is probably thinking hook up, because I know how our culture can kind of be. And that would be just my assumption going in. But I mean, hey,
Well, I'm
sometimes
glad
it's a
you.
hookup, sometimes it's further. But I mean, my assumption is going to be that whoever I'm interacting with, that's what they want.
I'm glad you said our culture because there's a lot of black dudes, good looking black dudes on Jack, and their profiles has so much know this, know that. A lot of them are saying no to black men. They want only white men. What's your thought
Mm.
on yeah? What's your thoughts
Hmm.
on that? Black men only wanting white men, but they're saying no to their own kind. Marlin.
Um, if you'd asked me this question probably about maybe 3 months ago, I would be very against it. But lately, I'm like, do what you like. Like I really don't care.
Mm.
It is time out for like trying to fight folks to love on folks that look like them, have the same experiences, so forth and so on. If you want to go over there in Snow Bunny Land, by all means, baby, get your life. Like you not knocking no dicks out my mouth. You ain't knocking no asses off my dick. None of that. It don't even matter. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But stay over there with it. Like don't try to because a lot of what we tend to run into more often than not are the men that only date white men and then try to nan and boo boo other people that don't get down like that. And it's like, sis, you're not like superior. You're not shaking any tables over here. I don't care. Like I don't want them. If that's what you want, have your bevy of white men. Go at it, please. Like do what you got to do, but it really don't make or break me at this point. I don't really care. Like if that's what you want to do, go for it.
I always look at these. There's some people at my job. This black dude at my job. He's not gonna see this. I hope not. He always sits with these white men, and because I work for an insurance company and stuff, and he's always trying to like. He dresses nice. He eats with them every time. In the back of my mind, like, why are you trying so hard? You're trying. I don't know if you're
Mm.
either using them to get where you want, which I ain't mad, or you're just trying to fit in because I don't know. But I I agree with Marlon. If you want to love a different race, there's nothing wrong. I think we did an episode about that a while back. Um, but don't talk shit about black people with white people. You're discrediting, you're trashing your own race with another, with a white man. Oh, yeah, black people don't do this. I'd rather you talk smack about black people with another black person. Don't have them join in because then they're gonna slip up and start calling you the N word because they think you're comfortable now. You know, Quincy.
Yeah, I'm on the same lines as that. Like, first of all, I'm an equal opportunity employer. So I am open to all different types of races. That's how I've always been. I am also somebody who has had multiple sexual interactions and also, well, multiple sexual interactions, some relationship interactions with
Oh,
white men.
I see.
Because I'm
I'm
open
learning a
to
lot
it.
about you.
Because I'm open to it. But I'm not somebody who's exclusively, I just want a white man. You know what I'm saying? Um, I I got to be careful when I say this. I think I understand preference. Everybody has a preference. Whatever you're attracted to, whatever you're attracted to, you're not attracted to, whatever you're not attracted to. I understand that. I don't understand when you are a particular race, like we'll take us, black men, and you completely are not attracted to somebody that looks like you or looks like your mama. Like, I don't understand how you can just completely cut off everybody that's like you.
Yeah,
But, and then with the white men thing, like I said, I've definitely had dealings with white men, but it's never been about a status symbol because that's when I think it becomes more of an issue too. And it's like, oh, with a white man, so it's like I'm better than you, or I'm up on a different level because I get some kind of acceptance from white people or something. It's it ain't that, boo. Um, and even trying to seek that, I think is an issue. And also, even for me, if I'm messing with somebody who's white, if I'm messing with a white man, he must most definitely. I can't be the first black person he's ever been around, slept with, any of that. He needs to know something about black people and black culture. I'm not trying to be your teacher. I'm not trying to explain everything to you. Why do you have a do-rag on for waves and all that? You need to already know these things. I'm not teaching you all those things. I'm just not. I'm not. So it had to be a particular type of a white man at that. But it's not a status thing for me, and for some people it is, and that makes me sad. Oh, and I will say this too, because on to your point, Derek, when you were talking about like if you're a black person who dates, if you're a black guy who dates white men, and then you talk down on black men. I hear a lot of in the heterosexual community that same thing too, when black women talk about black men dating white women.
Yeah.
And then talking down on black women, saying, well, I date white women because black women this, that, and the other, but white women are better and blah, 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 blah. I'm not with that either.
Go ahead.
I'm very curious, Q, because you talked about how, being like exclusively attracted to white men.
Not me.
Not you. No, not you.
Okay.
But I'm saying in the realm of being exclusively attracted to white men when you're a black man. What if your upbringing afforded you the opportunity to only be around white men, and that's why your attraction lies there? And the reason why I ask that is because I don't particularly care for white men. Okay? My husband loves him. He loves him a white boy. Okay?
Really?
I get it. He loves white boys.
Exclusive.
And he got with your black
Not
ass?
exclusively. Well, no, not like that. Like he loves all types of, but he likes a white boy. For me, when it comes down to white men, they just don't work for me. I have found some attractive, but there's a specific archetype of white man that will draw my eye. And it's usually because he's built like a black man. But that's another story for another time. My point is that being a native Chicagoan, Chicago is a very segregated place. So I had a completely black experience growing up, even in my queerness. So I was never around white men to, number one, find them attractive, or number two, even experience a white man being attracted to me. So I think that adds a lot more to why I feel the way I feel about being attracted to white men. So I guess my question is like, what about those black men? Because we do have black folks that did not grow up in black spaces. What do you say to those men that have never had that experience, that are like the yin to my yang of, I grew up around all white boys and that's why I like white boys? And what do we say to that?
So I would say that I'm kind of that antithesis to you. Like, I grew up I went to white schools, predominantly white schools and stuff like that. So I was around a lot of white kids and boys as we got older and all that kind of stuff. And so I think any attraction that I do have to white men probably stems from that time period. Like, that's what I thought was attractive back then, for sure. Like, it wasn't even about the black boys, and I wasn't even doing anything. Like, I wasn't out in school or anything like that, just fantasies. But when I would see certain white boys, like, that's what I was into, but that's what I was around. Gotcha. You know what I mean? And so, and plus my own people were always the ones that were coming for me negatively.
Got you.
So I had a whole lot going on up there. So you're about to make me get deep and in my
well,
in a psychology session, but
kind of my thing.
Listen, he got deep the last episode. Remember?
Yeah.
My friends was telling
you got me opening up.
He was brave for that, by the way.
And I appreciate that too. I appreciate that. But I think one of the reasons maybe I was open to it is because back then I used to be exclusively attracted to that, even though I hadn't even started doing anything with boys, males, anything or whatever. Just I was around that. That's what I was attracted to. But I will say that as I've gotten older and as I've had more experiences, and especially as of late in the state of the world that we're in right now, I look at a lot of white men differently. Like I kind of side eye almost every one of them.
Yeah.
Until I get to know you, like I'm
Mhm.
kind of looking at all of them. Like, is this really you, or are
Right.
you really a racist? You know, like almost every white person I meet at this point.
Dig that.
So there's a lot.
Dig that. Dig
I hope
that.
that answers the question.
It did. It did. Mr. Too
Okay.
Tall, I got a question for you.
Uh, Whose
Yeah.
show is this?
I know, right? Isn't it terrible? I just came and took over.
Go ahead.
No, so while we're on this
It's
topic, I know we're
Quincy's
kind of
show.
like deviating just a little bit,
Go ahead.
but this is very interesting to me. I'm very curious as to what your experience is like on dating apps, Jack's, Grinder, as it were. Are you often fetishized and or sought after because of your height?
Good question.
If so, how does that make you feel as a person?
Oh yeah, good
Especially
question.
because I feel like you have a very interesting relationship with your height because you lead with it, but you also want people to get to know you and take you for who you are, but you realize that your height is a superpower and an attraction. And being the Leo lion that you are, I know that all the attention matters. So I'm curious about that.
Marlon, you better be reading.
Marlon,
I'm very observant.
I and Quentin knows me when I say this. The next time I see you, I will be bringing you a bottle of whatever you want. I put that on there. I love that. What you just, I
I'm gonna
love
hold
that.
you to that. But yeah,
That's a great question.
So, ladies and gentlemen, all those that are watching, yes, I do use my height to my advantage. My height has gotten me free food because people think I'm Tim Duncan. People have stopped me to take pictures because I think I'm Charles Barkley. But it's not always glitz and glamour.
Gotcha.
Here's why. And I was going to dive into this with a next segment because on the apps, it's always about perfect bodies and shirtless stuff. So I think, I've been in the game since December. I think I can put two and two together. I'm gonna use Sniffies. Sniffies has a picture of my fat hairy ass and my big dick, thick dick, and it shows my height and stuff like that. So people's like, "Oh man, I love your height." And then I show them my height. They ask for a body pic, and I'm gonna keep it buck with you. And I'm not scared to say this. They block me. My height doesn't always get me. My height gets me into the door, but we have fantasized about fat shaming, body shaming. I'm thick. I'm gonna say thick, but a lot of dudes say you're fat, you're ugly, you're goofy, you're too tall, So it balances sometimes. Sometimes, Marlon, I get them. Sometimes I don't.
Gotcha.
There's a bottom here in the Bronx who loves my height, loves my thickness. I love it. There's a top who I'm cool with. He said he will not fuck me because I'm too tall. But we've been cool for a good minute. And that's okay. But yeah, the height plays a role, but it's a 50-50. I think, and I don't know I think my height has stopped, but I noticed that my feet are starting to hurt me. So my doctor said that I may need to get a size 18. So I don't think I need to be getting any bigger, or I'm just gonna be a full on top, and I don't want that. I actually want it to be a verse, but here's the kicker: the ones that do want to step up to the plate, I do my best to keep them around. Those tops that want to keep around. One thing, and hopefully he doesn't mind me saying this. I had a friend recently. His name was I'm trying to.
Well, you don't have to give a name. Just
you can make up a name.
John.
There we go.
And we used to spend time together. Just the whole month of May, I'm holding his hand. We going here, we going here. I don't care. I don't like public display of affection, but he put a spell on me because he broke my rule. But what made me feel good, and he knows this, I felt like a protector. And he felt, what's the word? He said, protected. Yeah, thank you. But you get paid the big bucks. He felt protected. I like to protect, because that is a Leo in me. I'm holding his hands. I'm like crossing the street with him, holding him tight and stuff. He felt protected. He wanted me to walk him home, because his area was like real bad. I like that. I like when people use my height for other things but just basketball, So, it comes and goes. It's a 50-50. I still do believe in tall, dark, and handsome. And I love my body. I love who I am. But it ties in with fat shaming and body shaming. You got all these pictures on Jack, all these shirtless dudes. But why are they lacking personality? Why are they lacking personality? Why are they lacking conversation? I don't care if you're looking at this, because my link is on Jack. My link is on Instagram, because a lot of people hit us up through Instagram and talk about the show. I'm letting you know now. Do not come into my DMs thinking we just gonna, we're not gonna get there. If there's no conversation, there's no dick and ass coming your way. Period. I love conversation. I have to have a connection. But why is there so many shirtless dudes with nice bodies but dry personality, and why are they always body shaming?
I mean, the short
that's just in the community. That's not even just the apps.
The short answer is that society tells you if you have all of those things, you don't need nothing else. That's your ticket to anything and everything that you want. All you have to do is be beautiful aesthetically. So, if people that are showing up on apps with shirtless pics and got the washboard abs and the fat ass and the fucking 31 waist, they think that they can get anything that they want, and they don't have to be anything but that. Because it's the supply and demand. You feed the beast with that. If I got all of this big dick, fat ass, body of a god, I don't have to have a personality. What's a personality? Why do I need that? If I want anything I want, I can get with being just this.
And I'm not. Go ahead.
The thing about that is that what you will find is that when you have all of that, but you're absent behind the eyes, you don't get anything of substance. You know what I mean? And like I've said on my show before, it's like, folks that are aesthetically pleasing, and easy on the eyes for folks and stuff like that, they don't always have the greatest experiences, because people feel like they are afforded everything with folks like that. The beautiful people are always the ones that more often than not get the most abuse, get taken advantage of a lot, and things like that. They get a lot of attention, but all of the attention is not great. Because again, society teaches us the beautiful people they're like dolls. You're supposed to pick them up and touch them and rub them and do all the things with them and all that shit. But it's just the way that it is. And don't start talking about the fucking gays, child. They stay in the gym because it's the law. And you got to do that to get you a man. They will tell you that, but listen, like I told you when you was on my show, we don't do all that. I don't discriminate against nobody's body type, but if you're going to ask Marlin what he want, something to do something, I'm not playing. Like all that sculpted shit. I don't like all that.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my three things: communication, personality, and a good sense of humor. Yeah, nice body, somebody to lift me up. Yeah, take it. Yeah, I will. And then a little thin bottom around Quentin's height. Yeah, take it. Well, notice how even as a top and bottom, they're still going up in the air. I like throwing things in the air for some reason.
I see.
But yeah, that's. Once upon a time when I was 16, I was just coming out. I don't know if I said this on the hit show, Don't Get Me Started, but I struggled with trying to be accepted, because I was a little bit bigger than what I am now, believe it or not. I lost weight. You don't see it, but I did. And I hit around 17. I said to myself, Derek, what are you doing? Just because you switching the team doesn't mean you change who you are. You're Derek J. Hall. You're either gonna like me or you're not. Simple. And I just realized I'm beautiful in my own way, you know. And I'm beautiful in my smile. I'm beautiful in my skin. I'm beautiful in my eyebrows. Hell, I'm beautiful in my height. But I'm beautiful in just the way I treat another human being. You know, I don't need to shit on anybody who has a good looking body. That's good for you, but I don't want to shit on it. Marlin, he has a beautiful body. Quentin, you have a beautiful body. Abs don't make you a man. You know, muscles don't make you a man. You know, you just can probably lift up a truck. That doesn't mean you're special. You know, so I think we need to remove that. You know, I look at these profiles on Jack. No fats, no twinks, no otters,
no films,
no bears. What do you want then? What do you know? Another thing about these people who make these apps, and what you looking for? I'm just bored. You went to the App Store or Google Play Store. You downloaded the apps. You took the time to download the app, and you're just bored. Go ahead.
Something that I've learned about that, because I used to wonder what that was all about myself. Like, what do you mean you're just bored? So you just out here wasting folks' time and stuff like that. And I learned, I forgot where I read it, but it's pleasure seeking.
Yes.
Which is as I've learned, a combatant against depression and other types of mental health issues. And we often do it a lot. Those of us that scroll porn just because I know that I do that a lot. I'll get on Blue Sky and scroll my alt and be looking around. It's not Twitter.
Okay.
Right.
Is that new? Should I check it out after this?
It's nice. I completely got rid of Twitter. So I jumped over to Blue Sky, which a lot of people did.
Extra trash.
Yes. But yeah, and it's one of those things that I really didn't pay attention to until I read about it. And it makes total sense. It's one of those things where, you know, if you're not satisfied with what's going on in your life, it could be a multitude of things, you know, enter whatever the issue is here. But you find yourself just going to seek pleasure to fill a void. And that's why people get on there and be like, oh, I'm just bored. I'm just on here just seeing what I can see. And it kind of works against other folks that are on there trying to do what they're trying to do, whatever that is. And, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I want to piggyback on that, what you said, Marlon, because I will admit that definitely in the past, I have jumped on Jack or Grindr or one of those sites and not had an intention to actually hook up with anybody or to have a date with anybody or anything. And it's not necessarily that I'm bored. The honest answer is that I want a little attention. And so, like you said, when you get on these apps and then you start getting some hits back from other people or some other people that are interested in you, especially if they're attractive, what you deem attractive, then it's like, ooh, okay, so I still got it. Like, I got this attractive person trying to holler at me. And that's a dopamine hit. You know what I mean? It does feel good. The serotonin, the dopamine, everything, like it starts to hit and it makes you feel good. Yes. And I have definitely done that, like got on there just playing around, having no intention of going to meet up with somebody. I'm not finna meet up with you, but we just finna have a back and forth and you're turning me on through this conversation, but you're really feeding my ego in this conversation and it's making me feel good. And I mean, I'm not going to be like, I wouldn't like tell somebody let's meet up and then not actually meet up. But I mean, in my own intention, I know I'm not going to meet up tonight. We just going to go back and forth and you're making me feel good about myself.
I have two more, and hopefully I don't forget them. But let me ask you a question. Now, I'm putting my business out there. When we talked on Adam for Adam, a while back.
Oh God, damn! You didn't. Okay, let's go.
Was your intention to meet up, or was you just chatting?
When we first met on there, I was chatting. I was open to meeting up then. Yeah. It wasn't one of those just scrolls just to feel better times. It wasn't one of those. But I definitely have had those times, for sure.
It was Christmas time. You was feeling a little lonely over there.
I can't believe you just, oh my God. Lord have mercy. Jesus.
We don't hide anything here at 2Tall Podcast.
Oh my Lord. He just put it out there. I ain't ashamed of nothing, though.
I know that's right.
Ever.
I don't regret anything about clicking on your page.
I don't regret anything either. Marlin's like, oh my. Marlin's like,
listen, do I need to leave or what? Because I'm a voyeur now. I'll stay.
No. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Everything is good.
Co-host to co-host. We just loving each other. But I got one for you guys. Why is it there in all these apps more bottoms than tops? Can we talk about that? I know Marlin's barely on, but Quentin.
Barely. I'm not there. I'm not there.
I know that. You better say that so your man can hear it. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I can't say that I have the answer to that. I know that is the case, or at least that seems to be the case. But I don't know why.
I'm looking at me like.
I find that very interesting because it is the antithesis of everything that I hear and read on Blue Sky and everywhere else. It's like I've never heard that there's an abundance of well, no, I take that back. You're right. An abundance of violence. It's really, but
yeah.
And what gets me upset is it'd be like these verse tops. I'm like, oh, you're a top. Yeah, I'm verse top, but I bottom more. But you just said you're a verse top.
Then you're a verse bottom. What do you mean?
I used to feel a way about the verse top, verse bottom thing.
Oh God.
And that's from way back. Because I am a completely versatile man. I don't really lean one way or the other, but like if you ask my husband, he'll be like, you're definitely a verse top.
Yeah, I can see it.
And it's one of those things where I don't label myself as that, even though I might top more than I bottom.
Really?
But yeah, essentially I do top more than I bottom. But a lot of that
first top.
Exactly. But I still don't gel or sit in verse top. I don't claim it for myself just because I know that just because I do one more than the other doesn't mean that I don't like doing the other, because I enjoy them both just the same. If I'm being completely honest, it's because I'm very, very lazy about my cleaning process. I've been doing this for a long time.
Oh, I feel you.
A car carrying gay for a long time, and cleaning out to bottom is a process I like to eat. It is just tiring. But
it is a whole. I'm gonna let you continue, but can we have a conversation about that one day? The whole just plight of the bottom situation and the
so
diet
we can talk
and
about
all
it.
That stuff. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
But it's just I just always felt the way about that. But as I've gotten older, I realized that it is really a thing. There are some people that I feel like, oh, I'm versatile, but I'm a verse top or I'm a verse bottom because they actually have a preference on what they like to do more of. The people that kill me, though, are the people that say that they are versatile, but it comes with stipulations. Yeah. Case in point, two of them. One, I'm versatile, but I only bottom in relationships.
That's very common.
It's very common, but it has always irked my nerves because it's like, I'll get there. And then the other one is...
We got time.
I'm versatile, but I only bottom for a certain type of man. And usually it is I only I only bottom for either your dick got to be bigger than mine, or you have to be super duper macho, knock my head across the room type nigga, like that type of deal in order to get the cake. And I'm just like, I really try to let people live, but it just don't make sense to me. Especially because like with the first one, only bottoming in relationships, I really don't, because I don't look at ass as a prize. The whole, oh, I'm not giving you myself until you commit to me type deal has never made sense to me. Because I'm always like, okay, so if you don't bottom until you're in a relationship, so you get in a relationship with somebody and you're supposed to be exclusive with them, they get the cake and then they leave you. Now what? So what did you do it for? What was the point? Because you still got used.
I understand that one though.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Okay.
The only reason I say I understand that one is because there are some people who just don't necessarily like to bottom. And so they say they will bottom in a relationship because that is a compromise for their partner in their relationship.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's not. And I understand that.
Yeah, but even with that, it's like I wouldn't claim versatility if that's your caveat. Because when I hear people say that they're versatile, my instant knee-jerk reaction is you enjoy both. But if you're saying that I'm versatile, but I only bottom when I get into relationships, and the only reason I'll bottom is to please my man, then that means you, and I'm the type of man that I don't want to do nothing that, I'm not doing anything with you if you're not going to enjoy it. Because I'm already fucking for my own enjoyment, but I also get off on pleasing my partner. So if we in this and you just like laying there like a corpse, baby, we ain't got to do this. I'm just going to get up because I'm going limp. Everything done dried up. I'm a sandbox at this point. Like, I'm just going to go have an ice cream cone because what is this? There's no point.
I couldn't agree with you more. I have a scenario because there was this guy who I was talking to, always wanted to link with him. He was in an open relationship. You know, he kept saying, you know, he was very slow. I'm gonna fuck you. I can't wait you to fuck me. So I'm like, cleaned out and everything. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. My dick is good. It's clean. I'm ready to come to his house. So, you know, I'm kissing him, vibing and stuff. He was like, so I gotta tell you something. I'm like, you're a woman? What? He was like, I'm only gonna top you. What do you mean? I only want to bottom for my husband because we made a deal to he can only fuck me and I can top whoever. What got me upset? Tell me that from jump. Don't say you're in an open relationship, sending ass pics and dick pics, making me feel like, oh, you are first. Nah. Don't do that. Because one, you had me upset because I had to come all the way to Yankee Stadium. That's a whole different side of the Bronx. I'm on a 2, so I got to take the 2 to 149th Street, then take the 4. That's too much. It's too much. You know, and then to get there, you tell me that. Why can't we just be honest? If you're in an open relationship, now it got me thinking, does your man really know you fucking around? You know?
Plus, there's a process too.
Yeah.
If you want to be inside, there's a process that needs to happen.
Making me miss my Popeyes, you know? Come on. Don't, you know? I mean, he still fucked me, but I wanted to, you know, him.
You wanted what you were sold.
Yeah, bingo.
and rightfully so. Like, don't do all these that's another thing. Like, y'all, you gotta do better. Just
now, you know, and that's another thing with these open relationships on these apps. And they're like, oh, I play separately, I play together. You get there, who's this dude? I thought you showed him my pictures. Oh, no, cool. He didn't show his partner my pictures. Just a prime example, because there's no communication. I feel like couples need to be on the same page before you add a third party, because it's uncomfortable when I'm coming to your house, you guys are arguing because y'all not really on the same page. You know, they be putting these profiles, they be putting their husbands up there. Oh yeah, he's cool with it. You know?
It's just
Did
it's
you?
times like these that I really appreciate the relationship that I have with my man because we don't have those problems. We are always on the same page. So it ain't no, I don't know what I'm getting into. Oh, I didn't show him your picture. It's we showing up. Everybody knows what's going down.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes, thank you. All the
Quincy,
confusion is unnecessary. It's dumb. Go
True.
ahead, Quentin.
yeah, go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
you said he was around the open relationship thing. That was around Yankee Stadium. Was that Dante?
What?
Juicy.
Or was that Reggie? No, I'm just playing.
His part-time job, but he's working at the Apollo because he's been a comedian as of late.
I'm trying to be like you.
You know that side is Dominican Central. There ain't no Reggie over there. It's all Spanish people on
my God.
149th Street. I mean,
Okay.
161.
Elio.
But the last thing before
Ese.
we're still on the topic of Jack and the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. Guys, if somebody wants to link up with you, and you live in Brooklyn, and I live in the Bronx, don't think I live in a third world country. Oh, you mad far. We live in New York City. It ain't the best, but the MTA gets us to where we need to be. Don't act like, come on. If I can go to Madison Square Garden for a wrestling match, I can come see you. If I can come to the Barclays to see my brother, I can come see you. Oh, I don't know. I like to get people in my area. You act like we're not in the same state. I hate when people say that.
Before I moved here, I used to think that was a really interesting thing because even with my partner, like he's a Brooklynite and I live in Jersey.
I love Brooklyn.
And it was like the running joke when we first got together was like, if we didn't work in the same area, I probably wouldn't be dating you because you're too far. But I would imagine that after being here for a decade now, I can see how, especially when you're dealing with apps and how flaky motherfuckers are on apps, I'm not taking all my time to come all the way over there and I run up on you and I done signed up for some ass and you ain't got all the fudge out the chocolate factory. No, I'm not running up on you and you sell me a pipe dream. I see these pictures, everything looks great. And I get to you and you look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm not doing that. I just spent an hour and a half coming over here to you and I get here and again, what was promised to me is not here. I'd be pissed. Absolutely not. So while I definitely understand what you saying, D, because I feel I'm like, we're all here. It's fine. If it's not like way, way off the beaten path, I can get to you, fine. But I'll be damned if I do all this traveling, wasting all my goddamn time, and I get there and I don't get you gonna pay what you owe Santa. Absolutely not. We're not doing that. No. So fuck that.
I think it definitely has to do like, especially if it's an app situation and if you're going to hook up, I think in that kind of situation, unless y'all are just really, really hot and heavy for each other, you need to have established something a little bit more than we just met like today on the app. Because I will tell you, like maybe a month ago, one of my good friends had his birthday party in Brooklyn. And coming from the Bronx at the time to the part of Brooklyn that he lives, that was like almost 2 hours to get there. That was almost 2 hours, and we live in the same city. So, and that's just a friend of mine. So I went for a friend, but like if he had been like a hookup, I would really, really have to think about it if I'm finna do all this preparing and then get on the train and ride for 2 hours to come see you, not knowing what's about to happen because I don't actually know you yet, like for real.
Yes.
I did
that's a lot.
When I was like 17, at the time, I was in my I need a vibe phase. And, I was in my hookup phase because, I was learning things. The dude lived in Far Rockaway and, he was on that party stuff. I think I told you the story. I thought he went like a party. And, I was young, dumb, and stupid. So, I came I brought like some chips and stuff. I thought it was a party.
Oh, wait, you didn't tell me that part.
Such a kid. Chips. You brought chips and dip. How cute.
Oh my god.
So I
I'm
did bring that. So we vibed and stuff, and he was really on his party stuff. So he was, at that time I was like full bottom till I realized that I'm taller than niggas and I should be beating them up too. Anyway, so he's I'm sucking his dick and stuff, and I'm like, are you attracted to me? He's like, yeah, don't worry. And then I looked to his dresser, saw a pipe, looked at him, and I'm like, but you're in great shape. There's no reason for you to do for real. Yes, in my mind, I'm like, you're in great shape. There's no reason for you to be doing that. So, he finally got it up, and then, he's trying to jam it in there. I'm like, what? I just did the work. I saw it go up. What are you doing? I felt embarrassed. I wasted my time. Went to Far Rock for nothing. So I definitely understand and know what you mean.
You live and you learn.
I'm never gonna let you live down though that you went there with chips and stuff. Like I understand because I didn't know what party meant either. Like in the very beginning, none of us do until somebody explains it to you. But you actually came with chips. Oh.
They said we're gonna have punch and pie.
You were coming and participating in the conversation. If you think I'm a fool, just leave it in the. But if you want to give me some slack, I was 17, young, dumb, and stupid, and scared, and scripted.
Young, dumb, and full
It's
of
adorable.
cum.
It's adorable. It actually is very adorable.
If I can tell my younger self, I tell him that, and also get them Truvada real quick. Don't wait to 20. Do it now. And Truvada is actually good. People always used to tell me scary stories about it, but I've been on it for a good minute. No side effects, no nothing. It's always good to, it's Pride Month, have fun, but you can also be safe. Wear a condom. I'm really gonna do that.
And if you don't like to wear condoms, because a lot of people
look at Marlin.
Let's be honest. Talk to your PCP, your
primary care provider.
Thank you. The words were leaving me. Talk to your primary care provider about PrEP and see if it's right for you.
Yes, get your doxy. Hello.
And doxy.
And if you go into the Eagle, my scream name. Let me stop. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's been the good, the bad, and the ugly of Jack. But let's answer that question. A simple yes or no. Can you find non-hookups on Jack? I honestly think yes, you can. I think you can find good friendships, good connection. Anything in life is worth doing. Actually, that's not what I was about to say. Anything you want, you have to make it happen. If your mindset is to build a friendship, find a friendship off Jack, go for it. Have that mindset. Don't be, flirting right off the bat. Build up to it, So I'm going to say yes, you can find non-hookup experiences on Jack. Are people really doing that during Pride Month? No.
You never know.
You never know. Some do.
Some people might.
I'm going to Texas and Chicago to be friends with all those people I'm talking to. Okay.
And listen, and again, you never
Some
know.
people do.
You definitely can.
Listen, no, I mean, because Ken used to, somebody else I used to, fuck it, Ken. His name is Ken. I don't care. He used to hate that I was very friendly. I would talk to a lot of people. I think I'm a Quentin. You know that I'm friendly. I'm always talking to people. So 9 out of 10, I probably will.
Very much.
I'll probably have a good.
No, you're a friendly person.
Yeah, I'm a friendly person. Kim actually says I flirt too much. Kim says I flirt too much.
He does know that you're a Leo, right?
Kim?
I think it's just part of your personality.
Gee, I thought you said Ken. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
she knows you're a Leo, right?
She knows I'm a Leo, yeah.
Okay. That should be no surprise.
It's just a part of your personality, that's all.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, no shade to the Houston people, but be careful out in Houston.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen the statistics?
What?
As far as their STI rates are like super high. I mean, like super high. Google Houston and gonorrhea and chlamydia. your mind will be like, oh,
Thanks.
yeah. It's like I think it's higher than Atlanta. It's really high.
I mean,
So,
well, it makes sense
just be
down there
careful.
because their healthcare system is T-rash down there. So
Really?
yes, yes.
I mean,
Insurance
it is
down
like
there it's terrible. So I'm
It's
certain
huge.
people are not going to the doctor down there for real like that. That makes
I
sense.
probably
So
will have
just
a condom
be
on.
careful.
You know.
Be careful.
Can I bring pills on the planes? I can't, right?
Yes, you can. Come on now. They're not.
Yeah, you can.
As long as they're not ecstasy pills, I think you're okay.
No, it's Doxy. It's Doxy and Prep.
Take your doxy. That's fine. They can't deny your doxy. You'll be just fine.
And that's no like slight to the people in Houston or anything.
Absolutely
like
not.
the stories came
love
out,
Houston.
and that's actually we love Houston. That's just it came out. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
You can Google it.
You got to check your
we love
demographics
Houston.
too, because they might not be the men you even into. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah.
There we go.
But be kind to my city when you go, sir.
Oh, I will. I will.
Mhm.
And I'm going to also be kind to Chicago when I go out there next month. So.
I said my city.
Oh, I,
That is
all right. So you two answer the question straight up. And I know sometimes we get off the track, which I love because it makes for good conversation. Yes or no? Can you find non-hookup experiences on Jack?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
All
you
right.
can.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been real. This was a good conversation. I want to thank Marlin for joining us. I
Thank you.
always got to thank Quentin. And, please leave a comment, participate. Did you like the episode? Did you agree with anything we said? Did I offend a lot of bottoms? And, I do apologize if I did, and also let's talk about where the top's at. I'm just saying, do you think I should be topping? Do you think I should be a full top? Do you think I should be a full bottom? I want to get your answer.
I think that's up to you.
Yeah.
That's your decision.
Don't let nobody dictate your dick and
Don't
ass.
let nobody
Do what
tell
you
you.
want to do with it.
Don't let nobody dictate your dick. How about
That's
that?
it.
All right, we're gonna cut Quentin off. He's been drinking way too much tonight's episode.
Wow.
I'm fine.
Thank you, everyone. We'll be back next week as we continue. Because I think this whole month we just been talking gay stuff. My brother was, one of my friends is asking when we gonna get back to normal stuff. I'm like, this is normal stuff.
Exactly.
Normal stuff. That's a whole.
I think he meant straight. I think he meant straight things. So.
Okay, still, that's a whole
It's
discussion.
still-
Why is straight normal stuff? Okay, all right.
Define
I
normal.
see you.
Right. So.
We ain't ready for that tonight. That's too much to get on.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, and remember to tune in this Friday for our little quick chat with D&Q. So yeah, I think that's about it. Marlin, thank you again. Q.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's about it. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.